Hey world, it's Michael Gascon, the Horse Guru, and we are here today with Miss Isabel. And this is the very beginning of our virtual clinic tour where we're gonna start basically just taking our training horses during the day and giving you guys videos to see what we're working on and what a normal session is gonna look like. So today we're going from rescue to rideable. Miss Isabel here is a 12-year-old Arabian mare that was a colt start, and she came in, she was emaciated, she was just skin and bones, and very explosive, very spooky, didn't give the pressure, couldn't tie, doesn't lead well, all these things. And we just started with the Respect series, we got her soft and easy, and now we are looking to do Power of the Circle today. And Power of the Circle is really just getting her comfortable moving at any speed forward, being controllable. We're already over a month in, and we've gotten her where she's passed the Respect series, she's given the pressure, she can tie now, she's put on a good amount of weight, we've got her all brushed down and looking good, she's starting to feel good. So now we're really just gonna try to make her a handier horse. Guys, if you like what you see in the video today and you haven't already, push that subscribe button, okay, so you can get more videos like this. And we're gonna be doing a giveaway at the end of this with a secret code, so I hope you watch till the end. So what I'm gonna look to do here is I hop on my horse and I just want to make sure that the steering wheel works. Today I'm riding just with a D-ring snaffle, and I just want to see that she is soft and flexible to the left and the right, which she is, and I want to make sure that I have her butt. I do that by pulling her face towards her butt. That's button number 2. Think about it like this is the simplest way. Button number 1 is grabbing her face and pulling it to the seam of your jean and your pocket. That's button number 1. Button number 2 is finding her face and pulling it towards her butt. That's button number 2. And button number 3 is her shoulders. And this is the only time that we will pull in front of her face, in front of our body, and we're just gonna pull her face towards her shoulder until she steps out. Power of the Circle, you can do it in an arena, you can do it in a field, you can do it in somebody's backyard. Really, you can do it wherever you want to. All you need is a minimum of 3 visual aids is what I like. So it could be anything. I have a cone, a mounting block, and a rope and dummy in my arena. Again, you don't need the fence, you just need the visual aids. And what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna ask her to go around this cone, and I'm gonna be looking at 1 or 2 places. I'm either gonna be looking around the obstacle that I'm circling, or I'm gonna be looking up and straight. So I'm not gonna hold her back for speed at all. If she is going too fast, I'll just circle her. And if she feels like she's getting too slow, I'll drive her forward and straighter. The way this works so well is if she tries to run away, I'm gonna keep looking at this cone, keep looking at this cone, keep pulling her face until her butt disengages like that and redirect her. If she tries to crash, which is whenever you turn and they really try to turn sharp, I'm gonna take her face and bring it towards her shoulder until she steps outward. This way, she can't run away and she can't crash into turns. She's never really cantered too much under saddle because she couldn't control herself at a walk. So now she's in the place where we're gonna start looking for that canter. I click for my trot. I look up at the far corner. When I get to the roping dummy, I look at the roping dummy. So you can tell she's real green, really doesn't know how to steer yet. Going forward in these circles is really gonna get that fixed, where she just guides true. Eyes on the roping dummy. And I'm gonna carry this circle until she evens out a little bit and she's not so herky-jerky. I look up, look straight, and I want her to feel free as long as she's going straight. Whenever I want to turn, I look at the mounting block right there in the center. Whenever I want to turn to the inside, I take off my inside reining leg and I touch her with my outside reining leg. And then my eyes are always ahead of where we're going, so she never has to guess where we're going. Look up, look straight. Look at the cone as I come around the end. And basically, I'm just letting her cruise here. Let her cover ground here, looking up, staying out of her way. If you have horses with big motion, especially your thoroughbreds, your warm bloods, your Arabians, if you can get them moving flat before you start kicking in the canter, it really helps. So before I start pushing on her to go in a speed that makes her uncomfortable, if I can get her to flatten out some, and what I mean is more fluid motion, not being so herky-jerky. As a rider of horses with big motion, herky-jerkiness is your enemy. Being fluid, that's your friend. Because we don't want to get in her way and we don't want to hold her back. But if she starts going one way and then the other, she has such big motion. So right here, I'm trying to push her over to the rail. There we go. Cover more ground. Nothing changes through here. Eyes up ahead of her. The faster you're going, the more your eyes are up to where you're going. So she doesn't have to guess. There we go. Kissing is for cantering. Clicking is for trotting. That doesn't mean that has to be the noises you use, but what you want is to be consistent with whatever you're using. Notice when she breaks down to a trot, and to stop, I don't really pull back on her too much. I just take my feet, energy off of the gas pedal, step her over here into the shade, let her catch a breather. So just like that, you can get a horse that a lot of people wouldn't be able to ride or would have a real hard time with. If you see this horse moving with somebody who's not comfortable with big movement or is a little nervous because she can be explosive, she can really have issues, it'll seem almost like an impossible feat. But the fact that we made it so consistent and we were constantly ahead of her where we were looking, we were constantly ahead of her with our eyes. Clicking is always meaning trot. Every time we ask her to trot, we click to her and we keep clicking and keep pressuring until she trots. Now that that's the beginning of her learning how to canter under saddle. Again, she didn't get a lot of canter practice early because she came in, she was real skinny, underweight, and she was real explosive. So she'd throw you into a fence or throw herself on the ground or do something wonky. So now she's starting to feel better, and also she's starting to give the pressure. Now she's ready for that next step where she can cover ground, canter along. Notice I never hold her back. I never cap her. You gotta think, black powder in that sand right there is not a bomb. It's not a bomb until you put it in a pipe. Well, that's what most people do with horses that they're nervous about. They grab with two hands, and when they do that, that energy and that motion is coming forward and you shut it down because you're worried. Well, now there's nowhere for it to go. The balloon can only hold so much air and then it pops. So that's exactly what we want to see with her, is that we never cap her. We're always giving her somewhere to go. And you just see her day by day just getting easier moving, easier carrying us. You'll see in some of the other virtual videos that we do that we're really going to sit back to drop that horse's head. We're really going to pick up their ribs and do those things. When I say that, and that's for the horse that's broke enough that can carry itself. For her, I'm carrying 80%, 85% of my weight in my stirrups. And though I am touching with my pelvis, though I am touching with my hips, most of my weight's in my stirrups. So if she stumbles or fumbles or if she kicks out or does something wonky, it's really not affecting my body because most of my weight is in my stirrups. So then it's not affecting my hands, so I'm not grabbing her for no reason. So she starts figuring out real quick, if I get her soft and easy, if she does what I'm asking, that I'm not going to touch her face, and that's what she wants. So that's what we're looking to do. Give her a little breather here. Look for a hot, sensitive, spooky horse. Look at the second that the legs are off of the gas pedal, how she's happy to relax. I work with Passos, Saddlebreds, Arabians, national show horses, the hottest of the hot. It's amazing. A horse that you can round pen and lunge all day, this horse can go all day long. But when you tell her, I need you to circle, and I need you to keep your nose to the inside, and I need you to keep off of my reins, and she has to think that much, 5 minutes. And look at her, look how calm she wants to be. So now I'm gonna look to do the exact same thing to the other side, and really that's her session, is go where I ask you to go. Pro tip, if she tries to run off, which means you look at that mounting block per se, and she keeps passing it, this is what people will do. They try to turn, she keeps going straight, so they look at the horse. Well, now the horse is definitely going forward. Keep your eyes on where you want to turn. The further you pass it, and bring your hands, my eyes are turning here, my hips are turning, my hips are turning, my hips are turning, her back feet cross up, now we're redirected. That's a huge game changer there. You being able to do that will get the fear out of you having to look at the horse. You don't have to look at the horse. I promise, if she's not between your legs, you will know it. You don't have to look to make sure she's still there. Look ahead of her and look where she wants to go. And remember, one of the best tools you have is your hips and your legs. It's straddling her spine. So the more I look over my shoulder, the more I'm twisting on her spine. For her to get comfortable, she needs to face the same direction I'm going. So important, because when horses don't do exactly what we want, and this is a schooling horse, so she's always doing things that we don't want. Whenever that happens, if you look down at her, you're just telling her to go straight. So when I get to going faster around here, what I'm not going to do, even if we're coming close to that fence, I'm not going to look at that fence. I'm going to look where I want to go. Same thing here. Get her going. Look at that cone. Look how I open that hand, so obvious, out to the right. Look at that. Great example right there. Kept my eyes on the mounting block. Look at the mounting block. Eyes up. There we go. Eyes up. And oh. Look how we kept re-engaging. Every time she would break from that canter, we would just ask her to canter again. Think about every time that she breaks down, instead of getting frustrated and upset about it, instead of doing that, let's think every time she breaks down, it's another opportunity to re-engage her and get her going. Just like that, I mean, we spent probably 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here. That horse has gotten all she can get. You're getting to the point where we're on a hot, spooky, explosive Arabian and we're pedaling her. Pedaling her means that we're having to squeeze for every stride, and we did it in that short amount of time. If I would take this horse out on the trail and just give her her face, she can go all day long. But when she's having to go exactly where I'm asking her to go, then what I want to be able to do is guide her just where I want, and then now we're working at the speed that I want. Whenever she breaks down from a trot to a walk, it's another opportunity to get a trot departure. Every time that she breaks down from a canter to a trot, don't get upset. Give her a stride or two, and then kiss her back up to a canter, making sure that whenever you're kissing, you are long kisses. You know, the French type, not the teenage dream type, the long kisses. Because if you have a long kiss, the moment she takes a canter depart, you can release that kiss, and she says, oh, that's what he wants. Every time those lips get the puckering, I need to be cantering. One more pro tip, you have a green horse that doesn't know how to canter, use the first corner. That's where I want to push the horse to canter for the first. If I push them in the first corner, the only thing they have to do is to catch the lead. If you try to canter them in a straight line, there's a lot of wonky things that they can do to you, whether it's try to change directions, whether it's kick out, whether it's crow hop, whether it's buck. If you drive them into that corner trotting and then you ask for that canter departure, it becomes really easy for the, okay, here we go. It makes it very crystal clear what you're asking, and it makes it easy from the beginning. At this stage, we don't care what lead she's on. She's just learning how to canter. So we don't care what lead she's on, but since we're always cantering her off in that corner, we're more than likely going to get our correct lead, which is going to make it really easy. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Pink Panda. I repeat, Pink Panda. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, we have videos of horses coming for this virtual clinic, everything from Friesians to Gypsies to Passos to gaited horses to colt starts to roping horses, anything you could think of. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.